4 months ago, and first I want to thank this country. I want to thank Sweden and the Swedish government because they already gave me another chance at life, and they give me the residence and to stay here safe. This is the first thing. Second, I have a lot to talk about Syria, but I want to try to choose more sensitive subjects about that. First, first I want to talk about what always the Syrian regime wants the European to think about. Always the Syrian regime wants to say to the European that this revolution seems like Islamic revolution or extra Islamic revolution. I want to say something that about my experience. My mom, she is Muslim, but my father, he is atheist, and I am atheist also. I don't believe in religions. And I have me and my friends who share me this views. Always, all of us, we decided to protest against this regime to get freedom and democracy. And I can remember very well, me and my friends, when, because it's difficult to make groups, that's why we were waiting outside the mosque. The mosque is a place where Muslims pray. Because we are unbelievers, we were waiting outside the mosque only to share the protests. And but the regime, the Syrian regime, always want to show that this protests belong to Islamic parties or such parties, but I don't think so. Second, I want to talk about, for sure I think there is nobody look at this regime as a democratic regime or liberal regime. I think all of us know that Assad regime, it's Assad family regime, it's really one of the most dictator regimes around the world. So it's not, I think it's not necessary to talk about this. And yes. Yeah. I want to talk about that in this protest, I was been sharing in this protest in Syria for 4 months, and I lost 5 friends of mine. They killed in this protest in my hometown. I came from a small city called jisr shoughour, and we started to protest in this city against the regime. And after that, the regime sent the military and the army to our city, and they occupied all the town. Everyone in this city go outside. Now, all my friends whose I know, they are in Turkey, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, and Dubai. All of them, they migrate outside my hometown. Now, after some months, the old parents, they can go back to the homes, but not for the young people. So, I think for me, now I want freedom and democracy for sure to my country. But in the same time, I don't want anybody to kill there. And the problem that this regime, this Assad regime, make this it's like impossible. That's why I want some change in Syria. I want to talk also about some people focus on the numbers of demonstration. They think that we must be a lot of people, like they think that we are protesting like in UK, but we are in Syria. And I can remember very well when I get my decision to protest. Actually, I can remember very well that my mother in that day, when I told her that I want to protest with my friend, I can remember my mother in that Friday. My mother, by the way, she lost her only brother in a protest against the regime in 1980. she lost her brother. So she wake up early and she sit in front of the door just to don't let me go to the protests. I can remember very well that. And I can remember that that's Friday I didn't go and I didn't share with the protest with my friend. The next day I told her that, okay, I did that for you that day, but you will not be able to make me stay at house. I want to share my friends and I want to explain about my views and ideas. And the next Friday, I can remember that I shared in the protest, and never I will forget my first feeling of freedom. It was great, and when I felt that when I shared in this protest, it was great, and I started to continue and till that the army occupied my hometown, and I came here, and I asked in Sweden for asylum, and they were so nice with me, and they gave me all my rights. That's all what I want to talk. I don't want you to lose your time. Thank you very much.